I'm Katie Farner, Superstar Director for the Sunshine State Superstars. That's the first time I got to say that, and I'm not gonna lie, it felt really good. So you're gonna find out in my week in my shoes this week, I had a very exciting promotion happen. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about that soon. But you're watching a week in my shoes video, and in these videos, I take you through a week's worth of my activities, and I share with you the things that I do on a daily basis to work my business. I just kind of highlight the things that I think you're gonna find important and hopefully helpful to you. So this week in my shoes began on Sunday, November 22nd. And on Sunday, November 22nd, I had a home party. It was an okay home party. It was just another example of sometimes you have a ton of people show up and the party is a flop, and sometimes you have a few people show up and the party is a big success. So you truly never know how it's gonna be. It all depends on who the guests are and how much they're really gonna spend. This party, I had like 15 people show up, and it was like 300 in PRV. A lot of people left early without ordering and said they were gonna place orders and things like that. So it wasn't a very successful party. It was good. I mean, we got hostess rewards, but it wasn't what I was expecting for the crowd. So I wanted to share that with you so you can see that when these things happen to you, it's not just you, it's not your fault. Sometimes it just happens. So Monday, November 23rd, this was a really busy day. My Mondays and Fridays, I typically pack with a lot of stuff because I have my full day to do Scentsy work. So that night, I actually had our team gathering. Once a month, I try to have a gathering here in my home or a local pizzeria, mix it up to kind of change the scenery and stuff, and so they don't get bored with my cooking. So since it was actually cold out that day, I decided to make chili. So I went to Publix, got stuff for the chili, and of course, when you do something like that, that is a tax write-off, so make sure to save your receipt. And I had a lot of little tasks to do that day. I reconnected with all of my potential recruits who I keep in a list in my phone. And in my phone, I keep it on my notes pad, and I have a brief note of kind of our last conversation, and I rate their current standing as a 1, 2, or 3. 3 meaning they're cool, it's a not for now, it's a no for now. 2 meaning we got a good chance they're gonna be signing up soon, but they're kind of still thinking about a couple things. 1 is they're signing up, it's just a matter of what day, like based on pay or signing up strategically based on their launch party, things like that. I made a short video to announce how our team was just killing it, how our group was killing it, and just kind of give some shout outs to some people. I try to do those from time to time. I also reached out to all of my uncertified frontline team members and just tried to encourage them to get to that next level. I mean, the very first rank on the comp plan, you're making 20%. Once you've sold your $1,000, that's when you're making your 25, and that's a permanent raise. So come on, let's get that 25. Who wants that piddly 20%? So that day I actually had a meetup at 11 o'clock with a customer who was supposed to get a basket party from me and didn't show. We rescheduled with her for tomorrow. Let's see, at 3 o'clock, I had a call with a new team member. Her launch party wasn't necessarily the success we had hoped for. So now we're kind of like, okay, what do we do next? How do we keep moving you forward? So we talked about some ways she can do that. And then at 7 o'clock, we had our team gathering. Tuesday, November 24th, this was also a pretty busy day. I did quite a few things. I had sent out personal incentives to some team members. I didn't do a whole team incentive for November, but I did incentivize some individuals. So I checked their performance on how they were doing with reaching that incentive and reached out to them to encourage them or congratulate them if they had actually earned it already. I also had a phone call with a new team member to walk her through the order closing out process. I do have a YouTube video that details that, but for some people it's a little bit more confusing or complicated. So for her, the video wasn't kind of enough, so we had to just have a phone call about it. But typically, I will send people the video, and that's how they'll learn to close out an order. I also am working with one of our local directors to put on a team Christmas party or a group Christmas party. And so we set up those details, the date and the time, and I created a Facebook event and I emailed out all of the information. So if you are in our group and you live here in Central Florida, make sure that you check your email because we are having a group Christmas party on Friday, December 18th, and we want to see you there. We want to celebrate this great year with you. So I hope that you will join us. Wednesday, November 25th, I was a bad girl and didn't make any notes. Thursday, November 26th, that was Thanksgiving. On Thanksgiving in the morning, I did a little work. I actually bagged some orders from a party that was delivered on Wednesday. I also, that evening, shared some ideas for Black Friday, some different incentives that you can offer for Black Friday. I talked about the 10 bars for $35 special that we can offer as a personal special. Now remember, anytime we offer personal specials, it's not something that we can announce publicly on social media. We can say, however, hey, ask me about my Black Friday special, or hey, ask me about my Cyber Monday special. But we can't say, you can get 10 bars for $35 as part of my Cyber Monday special. You can't do that. So you can't tell them what your personal special will be. You can highlight, of course, Scentsy specials. There's nothing saying that you can't say, hey, get a 6-pack of bars for only $25. Buy 5, get 1 free. That's a Scentsy special. So you can announce that publicly all day long. It's just the personal specials that you have to keep on the down low, and that is a private communication that you've got to have to offer those specials. So let me explain to you how the 10 bars for $35 works. You are going to be getting a minimum of 8 people to do this deal. You have to have 8 people minimum to make it work, based on the fact that you're going to be using retail and your hostess rewards that you get from this retail order to get these bars for that price. So really, very little is coming out of your pocket. And I'll give you an example here. So let's say that you get 8 people to do this deal. 8 people times 10 bars per person is 80 bars, right? So here's how you would break down getting those 80 bars for $35 plus sales tax. It's always plus sales tax. And as a side note as well, this deal is only for local people, so you can't offer this deal to non-local customers. So here's how it works. So retail, you're going to create a party, Black Friday orders, Cyber Monday orders, whatever, and you're gonna order 10 6-packs at retail price. So you're gonna enter quantity 10 6-packs. So you're gonna enter your 60 bars. So 60 of the 80 bars are gonna be ordered retail. So that's $250 of the money that you've collected. $250, right? You will additionally buy 2 bars retail. So that's another $12. So far your $262 has been spent, right? So now you're going to receive 1 half-priced item, 1 perpetual party reward half-priced item, and free product credit. So you're going to use 1 half-off item to get another 6-pack of bars. So that'll cost you $12.50. You're going to use the perpetual party reward to get 1 more half-priced item. That's another $12.50. Then you're going to use your free to get a 6-pack of bars. That leaves you with an extra $1.60 that you can purchase a light bulb with or whatever. So you've got your $2.50 for the retail, plus your $12 for the retail, plus your $12.50 for your 1 half-off item, plus your $12.50 for your second half-priced item. So that's $287. If you've gotten 8 people to do the deal, like we've said here, that's going to be $35.87 per person plus sales tax. So 87 cents per person is all that's coming out of your pocket, and you're giving that awesome personal special. So to make it easy, I always just make everybody pay with debit or credit card, and then it's just bam, bam, bam. And I'll have like a few, like $1.50 or something less that I'll be paying out of pocket. Super cheap. So that's how that works. And then there's a way you can do it with 90 bars and 110 bars and of course beyond. So it's just going to depend on how many people you get to do it. But you're going to need a minimum of 8 people to do the 10 bars for $35 special. So something to think about doing for Cyber Monday. So now let's talk about, so I shared that idea, and I also posted that idea that evening on Thanksgiving Day, that evening on my own personal Facebook page. So Friday, November 27th, I collected 11 of, no, wait, how many did I collect? Yes, I collected 11 of these 10 bars for $35. And so on Friday, I actually entered all of those orders, and I spent quite a bit of time talking to customers on the phone, jotting down all of their information. And I'm super impressed with that because I literally only posted on Facebook. That's it. I didn't text anyone. I didn't private message anyone. The only thing I did was post on Facebook that I was doing a personal special, and then I private messaged them the details, and then they would private message me back and say, okay, I want it. And so I'd call them and I'd get their info. That was it. That's how I got 11 orders. That's a big deal. It's pretty easy. So Also on Friday, November 27th, I wrote out all of our December birthday postcards. Each month I do team birthday postcards, so I got all of those ready for December. Friday was also a very exciting day because it was the day that I promoted my 4th frontline director, and I promoted to superstar director. And it was such an ironic thing because in November of 2010, I promoted personally to director with a team of 18. So how ironic that this November I promote to superstar director because I had a frontline director promote with a team of 18. That's my very first director that I have promoted who had a team of 18. Pretty much everybody else has had more than that. So to me, there's no irony there. It's not there's no coincidence there. It happened that way because it's just the way things work. It's really cool. I think personally, I take that as God's way of saying to me, like, I told you that this is going to happen. I told you that this is what I want you to be doing, and you got to trust me. Because over this journey for 5.5 years now, 4.5 of which I've been a director, there was so many times where I would struggle and feel discouraged and feel like I was a bad leader. And, people would join Sensi more, recently and promote up beyond me. And I'd think to myself, wow, I'm just not a good leader. Like those old, any of you who know my story, those old insecurities kind of creeping back in and reminding me that I'm not a good leader and reminding me that I can't do this. And so it's been definitely highs and lows of emotional struggle with trying to promote and grow and feeling like I was, as many people say, stuck at a title for so long. But now that I've achieved this title, now that you guys, our team together has achieved this title, it's like, it feels like it was just meant to be this way. And that I now in turn can share that with other people who might feel like they're struggling, stuck at a certain spot in their business. So, and what is so cool is, how my Kit Life Planner has a quote at the bottom of each day. The quote for the day I promoted to superstar director is, "The secret of contentment is knowing how to enjoy what you have and to be able to lose all desire for things beyond your reach." And I just think that's very interesting because for me, it kind of talks about my journey a little bit if you change one word. The secret of contentment is knowing how to enjoy what you have and to be able to lose all desire for things beyond your control. That's the word that needs to be changed from reach to control. Because superstar director or earning an incentive trip, these things are not beyond our reach, but they are to some degree beyond our control. There are many aspects of this business that are beyond our control, where we have to just do our best and then sit back and trust that it's going to happen in the right timing. And for me, that was totally my journey here to superstar director. It was being patient and trusting that in God's right timing, this was going to happen. And it did. So for me, I just think that's really very cool that was the actual quote for that day. And I'm so proud of my group. I'm so proud of Angela's team. To hit director with a team of 18 is really rare. That is challenging because that means that you've got some real PRV rock stars on your team. And so I'm so proud of Angela's team, Team Wickless Wonders. Now we've got a 6th director within our organization. Actually, no, I'm sorry, a 5th director now within our organization. And that's just so amazing. I remember thinking as I was going on this journey and hit director and was trying to build, I remember feeling like, wow, will I ever have those kinds of leaders? Because it's tough. It's tough to get to director, to get that 10,000 in group wholesale, to stick it out and to ride the marathon, because it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So there were so many times I wondered, would we have directors? And now to have 5, it just blows my mind. I'm so proud and honored to be able to witness all of this and to be a part of this. I'm just so proud and excited to see what this next year is even going to hold. It's just, oh my gosh, so exciting. So anyway, congratulations to Angela Stafford and to her incredible team. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. So that leads us to the last day, which is Saturday, November 28th. I kind of took the day off for the most part and really celebrated. My husband and I went to dinner to celebrate our promotion, and we just really took it easy yesterday. And I did close out my Black Friday orders. I did close out that party, which finished me at 6,400 in PRV this month. It's my biggest PRV month ever. So this is just such an exciting month. Oh my gosh. And we had another person earn the incentive trip from our group. It's just such an exciting time to be alive. And I also checked in with all of my December hosts and basket party hosts that currently have basket parties. So I'm actually trying to rebuild my December because I had 2 of my hostesses want to reschedule for January. So that was a little, but what are you gonna do? I just gotta find some other ways to develop my December. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna say, oh, well, my December's not gonna be as good as I thought. No, I'm gonna dig in and I'm gonna find more people to host basket parties, and I'm gonna maybe have an open house here for inventory sales, like people who want last minute shopping, and set up a little gift wrapping table and be ready to gift wrap. Like, I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to make sure that I hit my PRV goal of the 2,000 in December, even though I had 2 parties reschedule. It ain't over till it's over. And I'm gonna make sure that I give it my best shot. And that's all we can do, right? So that is my week in my shoes. And I wanna ask you, what did you do this week? What are you gonna do next week? Create these systems and have consistency in your actions. And that's where you're gonna find your success. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.